What's up, guys? It's Matt. Welcome to another video here on the SoFlo Soccer channel. This is day 7 of the Euros tournament. Today is June 20th, 2024. We have 3 more games to go over today. We have Slovenia versus Serbia. We have Denmark versus England, and then Spain versus Italy. So let's get straight into it. First game of the day was Slovenia versus Serbia, and it was so close to being such a historic game. If you guys have been keeping up with the Euros recaps that I've been doing in analysis, I throw in some kind of fun facts in there. But the main fun fact is that Slovenia have never won a game in the Euros in the history. This is only their second time being in the Euros, the first time being in the year 2000. So they were really looking like they were going to get the win against Serbia of all teams in the group. And honestly, I had Slovenia all the way at the bottom. Literally, they've never been in the competition before, essentially, and they haven't won a game. So it's like, they're probably not going to do too well against these other sides like England and like Denmark and like Serbia. But somehow Serbia were able to deny them of their first ever win in the Euros tournament in the 90 plus minute. Jovic scored in the 95th minute. It was off the bench as well. And yeah, in my opinion, I would give a lot of props to Slovenia. They played pretty well against Serbia. It was a very evenly contested match. Lots of shots from both sides. The possession really doesn't matter to me. If you take a look at the lineups alone, we already talked about how each team is in terms of the quality on paper. And Serbia have a much stronger side, in my opinion, on paper, with Ilic, Tadic, Mitrovic, Zikovic, Milinkovic, Pavelic, even Jovic on the bench. Milinkovic Savic didn't start today. And honestly, this is a type of game that Serbia should be winning. At least they should want to be winning. Slovenia honestly almost doubled their lead. There was a moment in the game where Timo Mas Elsnik struck the post with a powerful shot before Benjamin Sesko lifted the rebound over the bar. That was absolutely insane. Jan Oblak was making huge saves, especially from Mitrovic. Mitrovic had like 2 really good opportunities in front of goal, and Oblak saved them both. I think Mitrovic in general, I think would be pretty frustrated with today's game. I think he could have scored maybe possibly a hat trick. He had quite a few. He had, like I said, maybe 2 or 3 opportunities in front of goal that were really threatening. And it wasn't until the 95th minute where Jovic had to score off the bench from a header. And it was very disappointing for Slovenia's end. Literally, the game was just about to end. Oblak was having a really great game. And this completely changes kind of the course of the tournament. I mean, like in the group itself, if we take a look at the group right now, we have England, Slovenia, Denmark, and Serbia. This is how the table currently stands. England and Denmark are currently playing. They're tied 1-1. If everything stays how it is, and if let's say England and Denmark tie 1-1, Slovenia currently would be in second place, and they would have to play England in their final game of the group stage, which is never a good sight. And then that would mean Denmark and Serbia would have to play each other for the last game. And honestly, I would have Denmark more in favor of winning that game. So let's just say Denmark win their last game against Serbia, and let's just say England beat Slovenia. It would be England, Denmark, Slovenia, then Serbia, and then that would be, in my opinion, a very disappointing run for Serbia. But yeah, we'll just have to see. Those games will be played on June 25th, which I believe is next Tuesday. But yeah, drama until the very end. We're not gonna know who's guaranteed to go up, and obviously we still have to win for the England versus Denmark game, which future me will talk about right now. Yeah, so England just tied against Denmark 1-1. That is absolutely, I would say, embarrassing if I was an England fan. And if I was that England team, I'd be very upset if I tied that game. I mean, Harry Kane scored the opening goal. It was a pretty shaky goal, honestly. He took a couple of touches and then he was just like right in front of the net, tucked it in. That Denmark goal was absolutely insane. I have no idea how to pronounce his name. I think it's Holmand. An absolute golazo. That is a real goal right there. And that happened in the 34th minute. Honestly, I thought it was a very back and forth game, and Denmark were 100% the better team. This is a very disappointing result for England. They should have won this game, considering the fact that they have so many superstars players like Harry Kane, like Jude Bellingham, like Declan Rice, like Saka, like Foden, like Alexander-Arnold, Kyle Walker, John Stones. Like, just look at this lineup. Like, you can't tell me that you're looking at this England lineup and being like, yeah, this team is going to struggle. This team is not going to do well. It's really very disappointing. I don't care. I want England to do bad because I'm Argentinian and we have beef. Also, for the sake of football and for the sake of England, like, it's so incredible to me. It's so mind-blowing to me that this nation can produce such amazing players and they still cannot play well at all. I think one of the main reasons is Gareth Southgate. I don't think Gareth Southgate is the man to win England a trophy. Yeah, like Gareth Southgate took out Saka, who is one of the best players on the pitch today for England. He took out Harry Kane after he scored a goal, which I thought was absolutely horrible. Phil Foden came off. Like, I thought the substitutions were absolutely horrendous. I thought those were horrendous substitutes. England's midfield were just completely turning over possession every single time they had the ball and trying to get up the field. Like they would just turn it over in the midfield every single time. Jude Bellingham, Alexander-Arnold plays honestly like complete garbage. I have no idea what's been going on with him. I don't know if it's the position that he's playing, but he's been playing like ass. Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham were both pretty quiet. Gay made a lot of recoveries, or a couple of recoveries on the defensive end. This was 100% winnable on Denmark's end. I thought that Denmark took so many shots like from outside the box that not that didn't make any sense to me, but I felt like if they just continued to play into the box, they would have eventually been close enough to get an actual good shot on goal. But they kept taking like shots from outside the box, which I guess, yeah, trying to threaten the goalkeeper, trying to test their luck in some way. But honestly, I really thought they could have found a second if they would have just worked it into the box a little more. Their midfield was so much better than England's midfield, with Christian Eriksen, with Højbjerg, with Hjulmand. Rasmus Højlund sucks, like respectfully, and I think everybody can agree with me on that. Rasmus Højlund absolutely sucks. He is a terrible striker. Like he's just been absolutely quiet, and it's the same thing for United. He is not a good striker at all, and I think they need to change it. Don't they have Kasper Dolberg on the bench? They have Kasper Dolberg on the bench. They brought on Olsen, who is supposed to be a promising player. They brought on Yusuf Poulsen, who honestly didn't do anything, but he didn't really have that much time. So yeah, I think Højlund is definitely not their man up top, so I don't know why they keep playing him. Denmark should 100% be getting out of this group with 0 issues. I predicted them being in second place by the end of the group stage, and I still stand by that. They should be getting out of this group stage, no problem. England are going to get out because they're England, and they're going to just get out, but they're not going to last long at all. They're definitely going to get knocked out pretty early on, especially if they continue to play the way that they have played. So far, it's been absolutely horrendous. I think Southgate has to completely change the lineup in some way. Like Alexander-Arnold has to hit the bench for a game. I think Cole Palmer needs to start. Anthony Gordon needs to play. Kobe Mainoo, I think, needs to probably start over Alexander-Arnold. Respect to these players, right? But stop playing Jared Bowen. Stop playing Ollie Watkins. I don't know why you're doing that. Even though Ollie Watkins, I think, had a pretty close opportunity, if I remember correctly. Like, just keep Kane up there. Keep Kane. Play Cole Palmer. Play Saka, play Foden, play Kobe Mainoo. I don't know. Like it to me, he's getting it all wrong. I still don't understand why he didn't bring on Marcus Rashford. I would have taken Marcus Rashford over probably Ollie Watkins. But that's why I'm an American and I'm not the head coach for England, but that's just my take. Anyway, that is a 1-1 draw for England versus Denmark. Let's just head on to the final game of the day, the most anticipated game of the day, Spain versus Italy. I'm really looking forward to watching this game. So we're back with the final game of the day, Spain versus Italy. I changed my clothes because Argentina played today. I worked out, I showered, so I'm completely dressed and ready for tonight's game. And I will be going live post-game to give you guys my post-game reaction. I'll be going live both in English and Spanish so everybody can get an understanding of what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's talk about Spain versus Italy. I just absolutely hate own goals, guys. Another own goal that gave Spain the 3 points today, and it's just so frustrating to see teams win on an own goal. Calafiori, 55th minute own goal. It's just so many. I mean, I'm not saying that Spain don't deserve this win, right? Spain 100% absolutely deserve this win. They have had so many shots in this game. They were the completely dominant team. Italy were absolutely non-existent, and this is pretty much essentially both nations' best starting 11, but Italy were just absolutely non-existent today. They did not show up. Spain were just completely all over them. The only thing that I want to say about Italy is that Donnarumma actually learned how to become a goalkeeper. Like, he actually made quite a bit of saves. Pedri should have had a goal for Spain. Nico Williams, I think, should have scored. There were just so many opportunities for Spain to capitalize. This could have easily been another 3-0, and it should have been. This is the same Spain that completely dominated Croatia a couple of days ago. And I know that like Italy were just completely trying to defend, and I know Italy deep down felt like they weren't as strong as Spain, and so they went with a more defensive approach, but it honestly got them nowhere. And this is a Spanish team that is one of the favorites to go all the way and potentially win the whole thing. And I'm not saying that Italy are a bad side at all. I just didn't think they played well at all. Like, Italy didn't take their first shot until the stoppage time in the first half. This was a very highly anticipated game. Spain versus Italy. This is like the showdown for the ages. Everybody was very excited. I was very excited to watch this game as these two international giants fight to the death, essentially, for that top spot. It was just it was completely one-sided. Spain were all over them. They've now secured first place in their group, and they're on their way to the round of 16 in the competition. Italy still have to play Croatia, and by how they've been looking, in these last two games. They are very, very shaky, and I wouldn't be surprised if they finished in third. This is what the table looks like now, with Spain obviously having Albania as their next opponent. They're probably going to have more flexibility in terms of their starting 11. I don't know if they would, but maybe. If Croatia beat Italy and Spain beat Albania, then Spain and Croatia are through, and Italy are still probably going to qualify because of the third place spot. Seeing Albania perform against Spain, I think would be the best thing that's ever happened in this tournament. I just imagine Albania, who has literally been surviving this entire time. I mean, like, they've surprised everybody, right? In the group of death, against all odds, Spain, Italy, Croatia, like, they're literally just holding on for dear life. But imagine they give the favorites of this group just a run for their money. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I really hope it happens, because you guys know how much I love an underdog story. And even if they tie against Spain, I'd be very, very, even if it was a rotated Spain side, that doesn't matter at all. I would be so, so happy and so, so excited. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the recap for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you are new to the channel. I'm Matt with SoFlo Soccer, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video.